Hello guys, here's a risky build. It might sound crazy, but it works. I was reading the latest patch notes and I noticed that glaives got a 20% melee buff. Glaives are very strong and I know a lot of players enjoy playing with them, so I decided to create a unique glaive build. We are going to use the Hunter exotic Triton Vice with the exotic perk Alberdier's Reach. It says increases glaive reload speed and melee damage when surrounded. Glaive melee final blows overflow around to the magazine. Glaive projectile final blows detonate in an explosion. So there's a lot of information here, let's dissect it. Glaive melee kills load 1 ammo into the magazine from reserves and it can overfill the magazine up to double capacity. Awesome. Glaive projectile kills cause enemies to explode, dealing elemental damage matching the glaive's element in a 4-meter radius. So this is when you shoot the glaive. But we are using it for this main reason. While within 15 meters of 3 enemies, so when we are surrounded, we do 100% increased glaive melee damage. So I decided to use this build in the Grandmaster Nightfall. That's right. Personally, I need to say this. There are way better builds for such a specific activity like Grandmasters. But I thought it could be fun, and it was. A friend was online and we got another player from LFG. We did the GM around 10 minutes and I was doing so much damage. Enemies were dying so fast. It's a high risk, high reward build. On my first try, I died a couple of times. I was just face tanking champions and they got me a couple of times. On my second go, I paid more attention on how to approach the fights and it was amazing. I was the one playing with the build and I was surprised on how good the build was doing. I actually kept asking my teammates if they were using heavy ammo or something like that on the champions because they were dying so fast. We did a carry after with one player that started playing Destiny recently and he never did a Grandmaster, so I swapped to the character I normally do carries with and I actually missed the amount of damage I was doing with the glaive. But I need to say this again. This Grandmaster is very easy and it's actually a good one to show this build in action in a Grandmaster setting. But this is still a glaive build, so all the risks of being surrounded and tough content, they're still there. They're very high and they can wipe you. So with this disclaimer done, let's continue. This is very destructive. And as you can see, even in Grandmaster difficulty. So what do you think this build does to normal content? It destroys everything and it's a lot of fun. If you enjoy glaives, you need to try this. And you don't really need a build with this one. You know, Triton Vice is the type of exotic where you just equip it and you just do what it says and that's it. But I try to enhance it. I try to enhance this build. I try to focus on these flaws, and flaws are survivability. So what I did was I went with stasis. I finally got the new stasis fragments from the Exo Stranger and I made a build with them. Abilities wise, I use Gambler's Dodge, Triple Jump, Withering Blade, and Duskfield Grenade. This grenade is very important because it will slow targets. Our aspects are Grim Harvest. Defeating slowed or frozen targets creates stasis shards. These shards grant melee energy when picked up by you or your allies. While Grim Harvest is equipped, picking up stasis shards grants stacks of frost armor. This is the reason I use this one. We are going to generate tons of stasis shards, so we always have frost armor. And what is frost armor, you ask? Well, the way frost armor now works is you gain a stack whenever you pick a stasis shard. Each stack amounts to a reduction of damage by 4.5% in PvE. Our second aspect is Winter's Shroud. Dodging slows nearby targets. Slowing targets briefly increases your class ability regeneration. So this is how your attack should start. You slow enemies, and you can slow them with every single ability. You can slow them with your melee, with your grenade, and with your dodge, and then you kill them. And now you create a stasis shard. So you pick that stasis shard and you get frost armor damage reduction. On our fragments, let's use Whisper of Rime. Your frost armor has increased duration and maximum stack count. So now it can stack up to ×8. That means at ×8 you have 36% damage resistance. Second one is Whisper of Reversal. While you have frost armor, melee damage slows your target, so now your basic melee glaive attack will slow targets when you have frost armor. And there's a hidden feature in this fragment that most people don't know about because Bungie doesn't say it in the game. Receiving physical melee damage while you have frost armor applies slow stacks to your enemy. So now you're surrounded, enemies hit you, and they will get a slow stack. That's really nice. Then we use Whisper of Conduction, so nearby shards track to your position. This just makes things easier. And Whisper of Refraction, defeating slowed or frozen targets grants us class ability energy. This way we get our dodge super fast, and Whisper of Durance, this way slow that we apply to targets last longer. I recommend using Winterbite with this build because its melee does more damage because it's a heavy weapon, and the weapon itself can slow targets, and that's awesome, especially against Overlord champion. If you don't have it, it's fine, you can use another glaive. Excalibur is actually a good one, it gives you overshields, and I really like the new glaive from the raid, Salvation's Edge. It has amazing perk combinations, you should get it. This build is artifact proof, and on our mods, on the helmet I'm using Dynamo, Heavy Ammo Finder, and Heavy Ammo Scout. On our gauntlets, Bolstering Detonation, Harmonic Loader, and Harmonic Dexterity. On our chest, one resist mod each, one solar, one void, one arc. You can cater this to the specific needs of the activity. And on our boots, Innervation, Recuperation, and Stacks on Stacks. On our class item, Distribution, Special Finisher, so we generate special ammo when we do a finisher if we have 3 stacks of armor charge, and Proximity Ward, so while we're doing that finisher we get a powerful overshield and we won't die. And that's it, guys. Now I need to say something. I have special finisher on, but we don't generate orbs with this build. That's perfectly fine. You know, I'm using a heavy glaive, so I don't really need special, but I just thought it would be nice to use it to help teammates. So they generate orbs, I get armor charges, I do the finisher, and they get green ammo. That's awesome. That's nice. Another thing, again, third time in the video, guys, even though you've seen this build doing great in a Grandmaster, this Grandmaster is very specific. It's kind of easy, you know. I don't want to lie to people. This build is not meant to be used in every single Grandmaster or, you know, in a Master raid or something like that. It's very strong while you're surrounded. It's amazing. You do a lot of damage and it's easy. The ease of use, it's awesome. But again, it still has its problems, you know. You're surrounded by enemies, so you're taking a lot of damage. they can kill you as fast as you can kill them. But you know, in normal content, absolutely amazing, great, fun, easy of use. You know, you just relax, put some music on, and kill some stuff. Awesome. But well, that's it. That's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think, if you ever use a glaive, and if after the video plan on trying them. See you guys.